teams Emma Stone has come to agree after having to wear a corset for the filming of the British historical drama The Favourite. She was a guest on the Graham Norton show. Like what you're saying, his whole body shape changed. And it was only temporary, but it was gross. It was gross. Echoing Knightley, Stone went on to say the corset was historically accurate, but she couldn't breathe. We left out a 4-letter word there. Daily Show alum Jessica Williams has been cast as the lead in Hulu's 4 Weddings and a Funeral. The limited series, inspired by the 1994 hit film of the same name, is expected to debut sometime next year. Wins News Time 7:39.
When you lease Lincoln Direct from Premier Lincoln of Brooklyn, that means you're going to get much, much more for your money. Your choice. Elegant new 2019 Lincoln MKC all-wheel drive. Luxurious new 2018 Lincoln MKZ Premier. $289 a month when you lease Lincoln Direct. MKC 5054 do it inception. MKC 4904 do it inception. Both 36 months, 0 security deposit, add tax, tags, and fees. Plus, you're going to love our service department where you always get priority treatment. And if you buy 0% APR financing for 60 months, plus $2,000 in Lincoln customer incentives. Smack dab in the middle of Brooklyn on Kings Highway at Utica Avenue. Only at Premier Lincoln in Brooklyn, you lease Lincoln Direct for much, much less. Is Premier Lincoln the best? Boy, I guess.
All offers with Tier 1 credit approval. See dealer for complete details. Express 103118.
The annual Halloween Dog Parade coming up this Sunday, October 28th, and our Susan Richard is one of the judges. Join Susan for all the fun. Noon to 3 at Manhattan's East River Park Amphitheater.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening, 48 degrees at 7:40 on this Friday, October 26th. I'm Donna Vaughn, and here's what's happening. We're learning more now about the man charged in this week's nationwide mail bomb scare, one that spread a fear of pre-election day violence. Federal authorities say the forensic evidence led them to their suspect, who is no stranger to law enforcement. 56-year-old Cesar Zayas, nabbed today in Florida. President Trump promising the suspects will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and calling his alleged crimes despicable. The adenovirus outbreak at a New Jersey rehab facility has claimed an 8th life, and again, it was a child. 1010 was AccuWeather, low 45, some heavy rain and wind on the way late tonight. Then the weekend begins with a wet and windy nor'easter.
This is Erica Herskowitz. Local NBA tonight has the Knicks at home for Steph Curry and the Warriors. The Nets are visiting New Orleans, and the Dodgers and Red Sox are meeting for Game 3 of the World Series.
I'm Bloomberg's Larry Kosky. Technology led Wall Street to a sharply lower close. The Dow sank 296. The economy did better than expected over the summer, growing at a 3.5% rate.
Wins News Time 7:41. Traffic and transit now with Greg Wright.
Well, let's go Queens. Bell Parkway, you got the eastbound standstill to Sunrise Highway. Westbound, the worst of it from the JFK Expressway to Lefferts Boulevard. Also word of a wreck on the eastbound Grand Central, just out of the Kew Gardens interchange, knocking out the left lane. Still sluggish either way on the LI, but moving. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Inbound George does well. Cross Bronx to Eaton, Harlan River Drive, the worst routes out. The Lincoln and Holland, about 15 overall. Outbound Brooklyn Bridge still a crawl, as is the inbound upper level of the Queensboro, but it's at least starting to get better. Bronx, northbound New England Thruway slammed up to Pelham Parkway. Northbound Bronx River Parkway does not do better about getting you up towards the area of Pelham Parkway. In Jersey right now, Garden State Parkway northbound still slow to exit 145. Southbound car lanes near interchange 13, they're getting rid of a wreck. The southbound truck lanes still going to do better. If we're not saying what you're seeing, let me know. Call the 1010 Wins traffic tip line, 844-JAM-1010. That's 844-526-1010. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time 7:42. The Florida man charged with sending more than a dozen package bombs to well-known Democrats, now being described as a loner with a record who's made a bomb threat before and who showed little interest in politics until the rise of President Trump. 1010 Wins newsman Al Jones continues to follow this story for us tonight, has this report.
The manhunt ended in the parking lot of a Florida auto parts store. Attorney General Jeff Sessions says 56-year-old Cesar Zayas faces 5 federal charges that could land him in jail for the rest of his life,
including interstate transportation of an explosive, illegal mailing of explosives, threats against former presidents and certain other persons.
Zayas was already in the system, having been convicted of threatening to bomb a Florida utility company. FBI Director Chris Wray.
They uncovered a latent fingerprint from one of the envelopes containing an IED that had been been sent to Congresswoman Maxine Waters. We have confirmed this fingerprint is that of Cesar Sayoc.
Sayoc's white work van had its windows covered with posters supporting the president, but also a rifle sight crosshair over one of Hillary Clinton's. As he boarded Marine One, the president was asked if that might prompt him to tone down his campaign rhetoric.
Well, I think I've been toned down. You want to know the truth? I could really tone it up. Because, as you know, the media has been extremely unfair to me and to the Republican Party.
And even though an arrest has been made, the FBI warns more package bombs could be in the mail system. Al Jones, 1010 Wins News.
The device that was intercepted today in Midtown was on its way to a former top federal official. This package was addressed to former National Intelligence Director James Tapper at CNN's offices at the Time Warner Center. The bomb squad got the call at around 8:15 from the Radio City Station post office on West 52nd Street.
An alert postal worker who was aware of a series of suspected pipe bombs and packages going through the mail recognized a package.
NYPD Deputy Commissioner for Counterterrorism John Miller says it was identical to the others, and an X-ray revealed it also contained a suspected pipe bomb. The building was evacuated and the block locked down until the package was removed to the NYPD facility at Rodman's Neck. It'll join the others at the FBI lab at Quantico. Sonia Rincon, 1010 Wins in Hell's Kitchen. Wins News Time 7:45, and of course we will continue to have information about this story and bring it to you right here on 1010 Wins and 1010wins.com. And now time to go to the WFAN Sports Desk, and here's Erica Herskowitz.
All right, Donna, the Knicks are hosting the two-time defending champion Warriors at the Garden tonight. The Knicks have dropped 4 straight since their season-opening victory over Atlanta. They've been looking to rebound from Wednesday's lopsided loss to the Heat, and right now they lead the Warriors 8-4 early in the first quarter. Also tonight, the 2-2 Nets will visit New Orleans to tip off against the 3-0 Pelicans. That game getting underway on WFAN momentarily. And from baseball, the Red Sox and Dodgers will square off in Game 3 of the World Series at Dodger Stadium tonight. The game critical for the Dodgers, who trailed the Fall Classic 2-0 after dropping the first 2 games in Boston this week. The Dodgers skipper, Dave Roberts, isn't ready to push the panic button just yet.
Understanding and appreciating that it's the World Series, it's still not a do-or-die. We're Game 7. It was a do-or-die situation. So I know that even just getting back home feels different. It's going to be exciting tomorrow. It's going to be energetic.
Rick Porcello, Walker Buehler, the pitching matchup in L.A. tonight. First pitch set for just around 8:09. Well, the Mets announced Yoenis Cespedes had his second foot surgery today to remove bone calcification in his left heel. That's the very same surgery he had on his right heel back in August. He's expected to be out 8 to 10 months. And Jets receiver Robbie Anderson's listed as doubtful for Sunday's game against the Bears. He skipped practice all week with a sprained ankle. And the Giants say linebacker Alec Ogletree has an injured hamstring and will not play when the Giants host the Redskins on Sunday. Sports at 15 and 45 around the clock. Erica Herskowitz, 1010 Wins Sports.
Wins News Time 7:46. More measles cases in Rockland County. That story just ahead.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Stock up and save this fall at your neighborhood Ace. When you're taking care of the everyday projects around your house, Ace is your one-stop shop to find exactly what you're looking for. Get great deals now through October 29th. Like buy one, get one free on select LED light bulbs, buy one, get one free on Ace basic house keys, and buy 2, get 1 free on Ace furnace filters. Only at your local Ace. A helpful place. Offers out at participating stores. Exclusions and limits may apply. See store for details.
When the need for senior care arises, there's no place like home. Your loved one should never have to give up living at home. Visiting Angels will provide home care for your mom or dad at home up to 24 hours per day, including personal care, meals, and light housework. You'll select your professional caregiver with Visiting Angels. Look up visitingangels.com or call 877-374-LIVE. That's 877-374-LIVE. Franchises are available. Visiting Angels, America's choice in senior home care.
Ram Power Days have arrived, which means great deals on the all-new Ram 1500 right in time for football and tailgating season. With 1500's available legendary Hemi engine, you'll have a Hall of Famer powering all your drives and celebrations on game day. Add in an available 12-inch touchscreen that's largest in its class, and see why more people are switching to Ram trucks than ever before. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on select 2019 Ram 1500 Classic Express Quad Cab 4x4 models with Uconnect 3.0 radio for $179 a month for 36 months with $3,459 due at signing. Tax and a license extra. Class based on light-duty pickups since 2010. Based on HS market, U.S. household methodology, and FCA segmentation of contrast data for U.S. vehicle registrations for CYE 2010 to 2016. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. inventory of 2019 Ram 1500 Classic Express Quad-Cab 4x4 trucks as of 10/2/18 while dealer stock lasts. 25% charge for each mile over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 10/31.
Wings News Time 7:48. More cases of the measles have been confirmed in Rockland County. County Health Commissioner Dr. Patricia Ruppert.
At this point, we have 25 confirmed cases with an additional 8 suspect cases.
Health officials say the outbreak started with 5 people who'd either traveled to or from Israel, with the rest of the patients contracting the illness while in Rockland. They're urging folks to make sure they're vaccinated, and they're partnering with clinics around the county to make sure the vaccine is available. A child has become the 8th victim to die in an adenovirus outbreak in New Jersey. This word comes tonight just hours after 4 more cases were confirmed at the Wanacue Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation. Health officials say these latest patients came down with the virus sometime before Monday, which remains the last day when anyone showed any new signs of the illness. Most of the victims who died were children. The search continues for the driver in a deadly hit-and-run yesterday in New Milford. The victim's family, meanwhile, trying to make sense of it all.
Andres Villaluna's son says his father was proud of being a mailman at the Farley Post Office for 3 decades. He still wore his uniform to the local senior center, even though he retired recently.
People from the senior citizen are wondering if he has any other clothes. He has post office clothes for 7 days a week.
Every morning he walked to a nearby store for milk, bread, and a newspaper. But Thursday he was struck on Henley Avenue near Cherry Street. The family just wants the driver to come forward.
He left my father for dead. I initially felt angry, frustrated. I feel powerless because there's nothing I can do.
Lighted signs now up at the location asking anyone with information to call police. Samantha Liebman, 1010 Wins in New Milford.
Well, 6 years after a superstorm, Hoboken, Jersey City, and Weehawken have settled on a post-Hurricane Sandy flood plan. The $230 million project calls for flood walls to protect an NJ Transit rail yard, a hospital and police and fire stations, not to mention local neighborhoods. It's been closely watched around the country by communities looking for ways to protect densely built cities where simply raising buildings, especially those with subway or underground rail systems, simply isn't an option. Head over now to the Ram Trucks Traffic Center. Hello, Greg Rice.
Well, hello, Don. I can't get your break on the turnpike after they get rid of a wreck southbound the car lanes. Now the southbound truck lane's coming down to the Goethals. You got a broken down car. You got 18-wheel, or a broken down truck, I should say, the 18-wheeler, and it had knocked the central lane out. Garden State Parkway overall, that does better. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Inbound side of the George, you got a good ride to the upper and lower west side, the best route out. Lincoln and Holland, no more than 10 overall. Still slow either way on the Whitestone and on the outbound Brooklyn Bridge, Midtown Tunnel, Queensboro Bridge. Don't expect perfection, but they're getting better. Belt eastbound brake lights to Sunrise Highway, westbound a crawl over to Lefferts Boulevard. I'm Greg Rice. Our next report at 8:01 on 1010 Wins.
And Wins News Time now 7:52. Four-day forecast. For that, we go to meteorologist John Ferrick.
The flash flood watch goes into effect late tonight. Also, coastal flood warning for tomorrow. Wind advisory goes into effect 1 a.m. for the city. High wind warning for Suffolk County as well as for the Jersey Shore. We're going to see the wind pick up tonight. Rain begins from southwest to northeast, probably moving into the city about midnight. Then we'll have rain heavy at times late tonight through tomorrow morning. A strong gusty wind. Perhaps some gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour near the coast. Certainly that strong onshore wind will lead to some coastal flooding and beach erosion. And the heavy rain could lead to some flooding in poor drainage areas tomorrow morning. But the rain and the wind starts to taper off a little bit tomorrow afternoon. High 52. Not as windy tomorrow night. A couple of showers, low 47. Clouds, some sun, breezy on Sunday. Definitely the better day of the weekend, the high 56. More rain, though, Sunday night and Monday morning. Will dry out Monday afternoon and dry, nice weather for Tuesday. Right now in Central Park, 48 and cloudy. Going out to 45 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather's John Ferrick on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time, 7:53. Recapping our top story this hour on 1010 Wins, the alleged package bomber now facing 5 federal counts. 56-year-old Cesar Sayoc was nabbed at an auto body shop north of Miami this morning, and authorities hauled away a van covered in pro-Trump stickers. The van also displayed photos of prominent Democrats with bullseyes over their faces, including some of the recipients of the suspicious packages this week. Another suspicious package that turned up today in Midtown brought the total to over a dozen. West 52nd Street and surrounding areas were thrown into chaos when the bomb squad arrived at the post office. Stephen had left his office on that street, but couldn't get back.
But you know what, the authorities, they do what they have to do and just get the job done, so all we can do is just let the authorities do their thing.
Alexandra faced the same situation. She works at a law office. Asked if she takes precautions in situations like these.
Well, not really. I mean, run out of the building as quickly as you can, I guess. Luckily, we're on the second floor. What else could you do?
Run out.
You can run out. I mean, what else could you do?
Julia Popley, 1010 wins on West 52nd Street. President Trump has been speaking at a campaign rally in North Carolina tonight again. He's accusing the media of using the pipe bomb incident to score political points against him and his party. The president says the media has tried to attack the conservative movement to the American people. The pro-Trump crowd broke into boos when it was negative media. President Trump earlier today said he knows that but says there's no blame for the man's actions. Keep it locked here on 1010 Wins and 1010wins.com for continuing coverage of this story. Well, it's official. NBC says the Megyn Kelly Today show has been canceled. The network didn't give a reason, but the move comes amid the backlash against Kelly after her explosive on-air comments defending blackface for Halloween costumes. Kelly was quick to apologize, but it did little to slow the criticism, and guests had started canceling appearances on the show. NBC says the 1 hour belonging to Kelly will be hosted next week by other Today show anchors. Well, it may have been printed as a $1,000 bill, but the note nicknamed the Grand Watermelon has just sold for much more than that. According to the Baltimore Sun, the bill just went to the winning bidder in a Stax-Bauer auction for just over $2 million. About 18,000 of the bills had been produced in 1890, but only 3 remain. Wins News Time 7:55.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
Now, get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Feel that? That's how Old Man Winter says hello. With all that slippery stuff just around the corner, it's time to make sure your tires are weather ready. So let the pros at Pep Boys help you stay ahead of the curve this season. Now save up to $180 at Pep Boys on Goodyear's best ever all-weather traction tires. Get $80 off instantly when our pros install 4 60,000-mile rated Goodyear Assurance weather-ready tires. Plus get a $100 bonus mail-in rebate now through October 28th. Only at Pep Boys.
See restrictions at petboys.com.
Wins News Time 7:56. Now Bloomberg Money Watchers, Larry Kopsky.
Wall Street closed out the week with another steep sell-off. Technology shares led the retreat. The Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged 296. The S&P 500 dropped 46. The Nasdaq Composite tumbled 151. It was a tough day for Amazon.com and Google parent Alphabet. Both posted disappointing third-quarter results last night. Amazon dropped nearly 8%. Alphabet lost 2%. The walls continue to close in on Sears as vendors and landlords take steps to make sure they don't get stiffed in the chain's bankruptcy. Whirlpool wants to take back goods shipped to Sears just prior to its filing. Observers say other vendors are likely to follow. Drink up. World wine production is expected to jump 12% this year after bad weather cut output last year to a 20-year low. Italy is expected to remain the world's biggest wine producer this year, with France in second place. Bloomberg Money Watcher 26 and 56. Fast every hour. I'm Larry Kopsky for 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time 7:57.
Been denied for multiple loan modifications? Are you 4, 6, or even 8 years in default? This is Darren Aronow of Aronow Law, a full consumer protection law firm. If you lost your 2% hand modification, did you know you can get it back through bankruptcy? Get the service you deserve. Call Aronow Law, 877-841-4111. That's 877-841-4111. Have you been told that you cannot get another loan modification? Many of our clients have been told there are no remaining options available to save their home. Aronow Law has been successful in overturning denials using new federal bankruptcy laws. The myths about bankruptcy are in most cases just myths. You need a consumer protection firm with the knowledge to work for you. Call Aaron Law to find out the truth about bankruptcy. Let Aaron Law find a way. 877-841-4111. 877-841-4111. At Aaron Law, your fresh start is our priority.
Attorney advertisement. Results are not guaranteed. Aaron Law, 20 Crossways Park Drive, New York, 11797.
Yo, can you read that sign? Can I park here? All right, hang on. Smith Street, sign says 15 minutes between no trucks, meter parking, Tuesday through Thursday, 10 to 3 p.m. I mean, you're probably fine.
Oh, good. Because I gave up a nice spot in Gowanus.
Oh, next to Hoyt Pacific by the...
An official sponsor of the Brooklyn Nets.
It's a tie game. No timeouts left. The clock is ticking. It all comes down